TNT, episode 10. That's it, mate. We've officially made it to the big 1-0.
Mate, I know, this is a milestone.
Fucking is. It is. Jump straight in. Obviously, today's topic, something we've planned in, something we spoke about. We've timed it well. I think this will come out towards February time.
Yeah, first week in Feb.
That is obviously the January Slump.
Yeah.
Kind of familiar time, something that you can maybe relate to.
Strongly.
Kind of previous experience.
Strongly.
And I think, as I say, but we want people to listen to this and just keep going that wee bit longer, because that's probably what most people are needing, just that wee bit of momentum. We're going to try and work out the things that have helped us in the past, stick to it, and share them with you today. So, and you want to add to that first? I think a couple of things I want to go over first. We'll do the letters in a minute.
Yeah.
But I don't know if some people seen, like Tommy Boy went and done his challenge 3 weeks ago now.
Yes.
Legs are still gouping.
Oh, mate, killing us, man. See my joints, mate. Oh, man. They were, mate, did I tell you? I think I did. See, the next day, I had to get my ma to help me get my shorts on, mate.
Fucking nothing new there.
No. My missus was at work, right? I got up, I get ready.
She normally do it.
I don't even know how. It took me, like, mate, to my bathroom for the bedrooms, you're lucky if it's 10 steps, right? It took me like 8 minutes. I was wrecked. See my hips and my knees, mate. Oh, fuck, man. So, came back in, got my bockies and that on.
Came up with them on, you know.
No, I managed to get them on and that was enough. My mum put me, she's like, I'm outside. I was like, I shouldn't. God, you come in. I was like, I can't get my shorts on. Sitting there in the bed like that, right, take your time. No fun, mate. But, aye.
Obviously, a big challenge for you, mate. I want you to tell us about it, why you done it, why you didn't tell me. We'll talk about that as well.
Yeah.
But what was your rationale behind it all? I want to
So,
know.
I kind of made a wee deal with myself. I was playing about with the idea. I wasn't too sure. But at the start of the year, I was like, I want to try and do some challenges this year. But I don't know what. Like, I had nothing in mind, mate. The only thing that sprung to mind was, like, Tough Mudder, which I plan on actually doing when it comes round, right? But I was trying to I was trying to think of ideas and whatever it may be, and I seen Dale put up, he was doing 100 kg bench press for 100 reps and running 100k. So I'm sitting on the couch, man, looking at it, and I was like, that's some challenge, man. I would try to even out the bench press to the run. No, I wasn't going to do 100 reps, 100 kilo, because I'm not capable of that. I definitely wasn't going to run 100k. So I was like, what do I do that suits you? I was going to do like 60 and 60k and blah, blah, blah. Ended up deciding on 50 and 50. So that was like 2 weeks before I done it. So like the first week in January or something, I think Dale announced he was doing it. So I was like, right, cool, let's go for it. But I never heard anything really. So I messaged Dale and I was like, mate, I'm going to do this with you, blah, blah, blah. And it was so supportive when I was doing it and stuff like that, mate. Like, it really did help me and push me on with it. But I don't know if he maybe thought, like, easy said, like, aye, well done or whatever, very good. We just never really spoke about it since then. And then on the Friday, I went onto Instagram and Dale had put up he's doing it on the Sunday. And I was just like, fuck it, I'm doing this on Sunday. So I told my missus and told Big Douglas, I was waiting to him. I was like, Sunday, I'm doing this, blah, blah, blah. What are you talking about? And I was like, I'm telling you. I was set. I was like, I'm doing this 100%. Message Dale, whatever it may be. I never told you, right? So I'll tell you my rationale behind that. I thought you were going to tell me, don't be so fucking stupid, because I've never ran a kilometre in my life. I done no training leading up to it. I just thought that this is stupid. I was aware that it was kind of stupid.
Big reach.
I was aware of that. And obviously you only want the best for me. So I was thinking, you're probably got to advise me not to do this. So it was the night before it.
Aye, 10:30 at night.
So
I actually thought you were out steaming. I'm like, should I be annoyed that he's about this, or that he's fucking pissed that he texts me talking shit?
You text me saying that when you're drinking tonight. I was like, no. But aye, the night before it, mate, the guilt was just playing on me, man. I was like, fuck it, man, I need to tell him. So I told you. But your reaction was far better. And then I felt like a dick for no telling you when I thought of it at the time.
I think you need to go and do these wee things, and if it gives you a wee fire in your belly, is it going to be good for bodybuilding or what the kind of the goals we've set out? No. But the way I coach, I'm fine with that, because I'd rather you went and tried something and gave it your all, and then rather than going like that, fuck me, I should have done that. And I listen to him, like, you have to go and do these wee things, and I think that's good for your growth. I'd say after that you feel so much more capable, opposed to me telling you, no, that's not happening.
Yeah.
Like, so it's how you want to coach it as well. I just think you'd have gained more for doing that than me telling you, no, that's not happening.
Aye.
So don't do that again.
No, I won't.
There we go. I'm proud of you, but either way. So
Thank
well
you,
done.
mate. Thank you.
Moving on. As I say, this is the first episode is sponsored. Can we call ourselves sponsored athletes?
I don't know if I can be called an athlete, mate. I don't know if you can say that.
2 sponsored skiddies.
Aye,
Pit stop. TNT 10.
use that code, man.
There we go.
Get
Especially
the
this time of
dough
year,
off it,
you're needing your supplements in. I actually feel the difference when I don't have my rise and shine in the morning, and I feel the difference when I don't have my night at night.
Do you know, Gary Lee was saying this to me, and Gary Lee got it maybe like a month ago or something like that, and to start with, he was like, he's hard to impress with stuff, he just thinks everything's bullshit. And the other day when I spoke to him, he's like, mate, I've told everybody. He's like, what a difference that makes to my day. Obviously he does, he's a spark, and he's out working hard all day and whatever, and he's like, the difference to my morning and what it leads on for is incredible for it. So
the minute you wake up, you're dehydrated. You want to replenish that as quickly as you can. That's obviously what Rise and Shine does.
Yep.
You get a wee bit of caffeine in it as well, so it gives you that wee kick. But it's good. I've tried all different ones, and it's the best one I've used.
That's the business.
Tastes fantastic as well. Peach iced tea. Come on.
I cannot go wrong.
Right, moving on. First topic we're going to go through today is... I forgot.
Well, I think questions. We need to do our questions for the last time, and then we've just got to get straight into the January slump and kind of the details of what we think can help and stories that we have from it, from experience, for making an arse of it, and for a few other bits and bobs. But my question to you was... No, I seen a lot on Instagram. This is the reason behind this question. It wasn't just like, oh, I'm throwing that out there. This is maybe a bit more specific to people that kind of have Instagram in this sense, or that Instagram is like similar content to mine. But this was a few weeks ago. I seen a lot of debates over push-pull legs and upper or lower, what benefits you more, blah, blah, blah. And there was a lot that went into it. I think maybe too much, and people just got a bit ahead of themselves, personally. But just you, obviously quoted as a very good coach. I just thought it'd be good to hear your put on it.
What do I feel is more benefit?
Mm-hmm.
I think over my years of coaching or training, look, my split's changed 1,000 times. I think they all work. Push-pull legs, upper lower. Depends your activity, your level, where you're at. Most things are relatively the same. So, I mean, when you're looking at people that do coach well, it's very similar. I mean, there's only so much you can program, make it a wee bit more interesting like that. But really, you got to ask yourself, what can this client stick to? What can you stick to over time? Because time's going to be your biggest asset. Mm-hmm. Time is what will produce the best results, and it has to be enjoyed, and it has to be adhered to for a period of time. When I'm personally coaching somebody, I look at what do they enjoy, what are they lacking as well, from just a bodybuilding standpoint. Obviously, everything will grow, but if I look at a physique and it's, say, lacking side delts and arms, they're going to have to take priority. So I will prioritise 2 muscles at one time, mainly because if you're looking at somebody's physique, if you don't prioritise, then those lagging muscle groups will always be lagging.
Yeah.
So at periods in anybody's kind of journey, things do have to take they need to be priority.
Yep.
So that's how I look at it. The enjoyment factor has to come in. So you look at it and say, right, what exercise will they enjoy? What can they stick to? Overall, do I say one's better than another? Nah, I don't. I think it's just, what do you enjoy? What do you want to stick to? And another big one is, like, what can you recover from? Like, train a muscle as much as you can recover.
Aye.
And you stick to the basis and everything else is in check and you're doing all the fundamentals right, sleep, nutrition, training intensity, you're getting results.
Yeah.
That's a long-winded answer, but that's what I do. I asked you, what, if you were getting married, you could pick somebody to perform at your wedding, who would it be?
The Proclaimers, just to sing the tune, Let's Get Married. Ah, mate, brilliant. And then, see, I'm going to put a dampener on this year.
You're a strange guy.
How?
Out of all the fucking people you could have perform at your wedding, you pick the Proclaimers.
Mate, that's a tune. That's a well
Two
good tune.
Hibs fans.
It's better than two Hearts fans. No, I'm kidding. Sorry. I would have them, mate. But I don't like the tune 500 Miles. It just is ingrained in my brain for communions when I was like 10, mate.
I feel we say since you done that challenge, alright.
No. Aye, that's who I'd have, mate, the Proclaimers. I thought deep about it, Tony, but it only makes sense to have that. I couldn't have, like, U2 or something. It just wouldn't make it. I don't know. It's still haven't found what I'm looking for on the day I get married. I should be like, what? So, I'd be humped. Proclaimers, that's it, mate.
There you go, then.
So aye.
Can't wait for your wedding. Fuck's sake. Right. January slump.
Yes.
Something we've all dealt with in the past, whether it's fitness related, sticking to something. I think a big point I want to talk to you on this is your experience. Mm-hmm. Obviously, you've been training with me a year and a bit now.
Yes.
Previous to that, I'm guessing there was a lot of slumps, a lot of quitting.
Yep.
What's your experience with it? How did it make you feel? Just, what was the reason to stop back then? What's the difference now?
I think I used to look at things with a time on it, mate. So it would be like, I want to start the gym in January, and then I would have other incentives to do other stuff. So like, I want to start playing football with March and blah, blah, blah. And I've spoken about this before. I sometimes get a wee bit overwhelmed if I've got all these massive goals set in place, but I have no structure, no steps towards it, nothing like that, mate. So this is something I was really bad for in general, mate. I would make excuses for anything and believe that they were true. So I've had the most jobs ever, Tony. I've had so many jobs, mate. I've worked in so many places for one day and made a terrible excuse to leave. So I used to do it constantly with the gym. I've done it in the gym. I've been in the gym before, mate, with my pals, made a mad shite excuse. I can't even remember what it was. It was in Elite. Left, drove to McDonald's and went home, mate, and waited on them. And ate the McDonald's, then acted like I never had anything when they came in, and then we went and get something to eat. It's a fucking joke, mate. Anyway, I know, it's so bad, but I think there's no plan, there's no guidance. I've set too high a standard, and I clap my hands to him that it wants to start in January and continues on, mate. I think it's great, especially at the turn of the year and whatever. It just feels fresh for everybody. But funnily enough, I started in February of 2023 is when I started actually training properly. Well, training. And in the January, I had no interest in training, mate. So for me, it was a bit different. For me, it was like, it's not like a goal for the year. It's like, you either do this or you'll be in a wheelchair by the time you're 30. Like, there wasn't like a, do you know what I mean? There wasn't a thing maybe that, mate. So, like I said, I just think people need the guidance. And see if your attitude towards the gym is, fuck, I need to go to the gym tonight, man. Or, this has got to sound bad, but I don't mean it to sound bad. You're patting your back and clapping your hands after a week of doing it. And then you're like, oh, I'll get a wee bite to eat. I've been good this week. Know what I mean? I've no ate any shite this week. Just eat Big Mac, 9 selects. That's no, you can't go that way. Do you know what I mean? You've got to do it over time, and it needs to mean something. That would be my views on it, mate. I think so many people are just so quick to be like, oh, it's the turn of the year, let's do it. Oh, January's done. Let's throw it away.
Yep.
Know what I mean? Let's get to the pubs. Dry Jan's done. We can have a drink. I'm hungover. Phone the Chinese.
I think January to me, for looking at people, it's a great opportunity to gain self-respect back.
Mm-hmm.
I think when you look at things, if you're at a deeper level, you ask people why they're starting the gym there.
Mm-hmm.
It's normally because at some point they're like, I'm letting myself down here. Like, there's too much going on and I'm feeling shit. I'm looking shit. I've let myself go. So there's this desire to gain that respect back. And I think it's a great time to start. People are all gun blazing in January, which is can be used two ways. You can use that momentum, carry it into the later part of the years, or there's also that bit where you go, February, March, you have to aim for longer than 4 weeks, because the weight you put on or the poor relationship you develop with yourself didn't just happen overnight. No. So don't be naive to think it's just going to drop off in January. So that's also quite comforting, because you can go like that. Do you know what? I can maybe enjoy this a wee bit if I just say, I've got time. And I speak about that all the time. Like, people, even if they stick it out for 8 weeks or they stick it out for 4 weeks, we like to quantify things all the time. We quantify our steps, we quantify our food, we quantify everything. See, if you quantify all the times you keep stopping and starting and then going again and not giving yourself enough time, and you add them up, it's a long, long time to be fucking about.
Aye.
Like, you start adding all those 4 and 8 weeks up, before you know, you're looking at 2 years of just nothing.
Aye.
You've also got to bear in mind, every time, now can I talk to you about this? We spoke about this before. Like, so every time you excuse yourself and you say, nah, I'm stopping, you develop a worse relationship with yourself.
Yep.
Deep down, because you know, I'm fucking useless, I've done it again. You might go and try it again, but every time it's like an uphill battle.
Yes.
You keep sliding, falling back down, and rather than sometimes you just need to bite down and just keep climbing. But at your end, how many times, not that you can say, oh, it was X amount, but what did it do every time that you said, oh, I'm not doing it?
Now looking at it, it's like, what the fuck? Like, that was bad. But I believed what I'd made up, mate. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and say I had a perfect January. Like, obviously I didn't. There's times even through this January where I was still like, probably could have made better food choices this week. Probably could have trained more. Like, me and you had a catch up speaking about things, mate, for moving forward in regards to training. It's not about having a perfect January. Again, we go back to this all the time, but it's true. It's about being able to do it. Being able to make an arse say it's all well and good. Let's amend that. Let's make sure we don't make the same mistake moving forward. And that's what I used to do time and time and time again, Tony, was go into it all guns blazing, mate, for 1 week. And then be like, I'm done. So there was a stage in my life where for a year and a half, I was training at Hit Squad, I was doing my wrestling and jiu-jitsu and I loved it, mate, and blah, blah, blah. And I fell off it, and I think it was just such a big downer that for, you're talking about 8-9 years, mate. Every one of them, I tried to start in January. Every one of them, and I failed because it was the waiting. I knew in November, I knew in October that I needed to change. I'll wait till January. I got so used to waiting, mate. I got so used to the, like we're saying, the time. Know what I mean? That was the day I was going to start January the 1st. I remember January the 1st, mate. I had a New Year's party one year, right? And January the 1st, there's a big park at the back of my bit, the Sandy. I went and I said, I'm going to do 10 hill runs up and down this hill, right? Blah, blah, blah. Mate, see, after about 3, I was back in the house with a joint in my mouth. I was burst, absolutely fucked. Never done any exercise for the rest of the year, mate. Not a thing. And it's just
Were you bad at overreaching yourself then? Again, that probably comes from education and what you're capable of, but
terrible.
The intentions there, you went and started, but
yeah,
you're not capable of doing 10 hill runs.
No.
So,
and that was something, again, like we say, it's my capabilities, what I wanted to do wasn't within my means. I wanted it yesterday.
Yep.
I wanted January to be like, I've smashed it. I've lost, I don't know, Again, we're going to numbers, weight, we're going to the scale, we're going to, I've lost 3 stone, blah, blah. I had such unrealistic goals. I didn't really want to do them that much, mate, because in all honesty, maybe a wee bit of kind of victim mentality, boo-hoo, sorry me, I'm fucking fat. I don't, oh. And I think that was the case, mate, that I just didn't have enough in me to go. No, I did have enough in me to do it. I don't know if it was lack of experience, lack of education, but I just think I didn't want to do it enough, mate. Which is hard for people to hear, but it is true. Like I said, it doesn't need to be perfect. You just need to want to do it. And it's cool. It's cool to make an arse of it. It's cool to make an arse of it a year or 2 down the line. Or 8 years, or whatever it may be down the line. You can amend it. You just need to try and stay consistent and do it. It doesn't... Everybody gets, I think, so obsessed with everything being perfect, every minor detail. I heard this thing the other day and it was really good. I really liked it. It's a wee bit cheesy, but I did rate it. There's so much more beauty in imperfection than there is perfection, because perfection's a dead end. You can't ever improve on anything.
Yep.
Whereas with imperfection, there's constantly battles. You win them, you feel better, you can celebrate. There's things to achieve and whatever it may be. That, mate, it's like, that's so big. That's such a big part of my life. And I think instead of chasing perfection, just chase the next goals and try and make everything right along the way.
Do you think distractions big part of you in the past? What are your distractions now? Because something that probably people go, they see January out and then all of a sudden, let's go out again. Let's go for a pint. Let's go and do this. By all means, you can still enjoy yourself, but after January, nobody wants to drink. Everybody's maybe struggling for money or whatever it may be. Now, there's this emphasis on, let's get back to doing what I was doing.
Yep.
Motivation might dip as well. And I think that's a big part of people's problem as well. They only want to do it when they're not bored.
Yeah.
So now now you're a wee bit bored. Now you've been doing the same thing for 4 or 6 weeks. It's easy to go like that. Oh, they're going for a pint this week. Every week in a row, or whatever it may be. So what helps you stop distractions, limit them, if you've got an overall goal in mind that's going to take a wee bit longer than your typical 4, 6, 8 weeks?
Yep. I think in the past, mate, distractions were, again, I'm not going to sit here and excuse myself and say it wasn't my fault. Distractions were a huge part, mate, because...
Did you ever go and try and find them?
A wee bit. Aye. In honesty, I did. Wait, no just with training, with everything, mate. Working, setting goals for whatever it may be. Like, I tried to become a streamer. I went out and I bought all the gear, mate, all the stuff. I streamed for like 3 nights in the PlayStation. 2 of my pals watched me and then I chucked it. Like, it was... But I wanted to find a way out of it. And I didn't want to... It goes back to me saying the whole victim thing. It was that feel sorry for me because this happened, instead of just being honest and just saying, you didn't fucking try.
Yep.
You didn't try hard enough. That is... For distraction for me now, mate, it's no...
A fucking streamer.
A fucking steamer, mate, like, mate. Aye. Distractions for me now are like... I don't know if you can call any distraction positive, but it may be like work or... I'm trying to think, like, goals that are external to the gym, because when it comes to training, mate, I don't have any... I would say right now, especially over the last few months, is the most focused I've been on where I'm going, because I'm excited for it. Like, I have my own personal goals. I've goals I've spoke about with you, goals with my family. Like, there's loads of stuff in mind, so I'm like, I'm at a stage now where I know how to manage it. But it took me, and I could get better, mate. I still slide off the path sometimes. Sometimes I'm still sitting in the house at night and it's like, I don't really need to eat. I have like 200 calories left. I'll go and eat a Freddo. I don't really need it. It's not the end of the world. I don't really need to go and do it. Or a bag of crisps or whatever it may be. And then sometimes, mate, I'm not going to sit here and lie. Sometimes I've made an arse of it. There's days where I've been like, oh, my food's fine, whatever else, man. Get in the house, looked at my fid, mate. Up in the air, humped. But damn sure I'll admit it and put my hands up to it and make sure not to do it again to the best of my ability. So, for people that are distracted, we spoke about this in the past before today, but it's something I'm huge on. If you really like what you're doing, if you're having fun with what you're doing, and I get that it's not always got to be that way, the distractions have got to go away. And for me, a massive part was like surrounding myself with the right people. Still pals with all my pals. I'm still friends with everybody who I was friends with when I was 25 stone. I'm still about all my mates. Don't see them as much, don't blah blah blah, because a big part of my life was that, mate, was the getting a joint with your pals, playing the PlayStation, blah blah blah, stuff that was so easily drawn to distract me. The PlayStation was a massive one. I just gave Gary my PlayStation, mate. I just said, take that. I don't want it back. He's like, oh, Call of Duty's coming up. I was like, don't tell me, just keep it, because I know I would be swaying towards it. In the back of my mind, I know some way, and that's one way to eliminate it. That's as far as it needs to be for me. It might not be like that for everybody, but that was a big part of it for me. What about, have you ever had any slumps? Has there been any years that have came up with you? Have kind of been like, oh, I want to try this or whatever it may be, and being a bit down in the gloom about it if it's not worked out?
Aye. Loads of things. There'll be things that you'll maybe start, and then I'll go, I didn't quite see that out. For me, now I'm just at a stage where I'm like, don't bite off more than you can chew, to the point where I like being under pressure. I just feel I'm at my best when I've got a wee bit of pressure under my back. Like I just always feel I come out on top, and I just have that wee bit that I don't like, and I just can manage to get out there. Like, but distractions still come all the time. Like, and it's not that they go away, because I don't think they ever do. You just get better at managing them, and it's more, again, the relationship with yourself. So see, if you do trip up, you've got this ability to stand up all that quicker. Dust yourself off and just get back to it. And I think every time you start pushing yourself out a wee bit more, the distractions or the times you trip up, they're not as bad. You go for training 5 times a week at your best, tripping up's training 3 or 4 times. So you've got this standard that's rising every time. But it's about you to say, right, well, even when I do maybe slip a wee touch, I know what's going to get me back to feeling good. So you just go with that. Like you were saying as well about, I know you wanted to be a streamer. Like I started running about a year ago now. And I can remember that I'm making this promise to myself. And I probably don't. Would I recommend people to do this? Nah, probably not. But my reason for running was, I'm going to run myself, not going to use music, not going to track it, don't care about the weather. I'm just going to run because I want to get good at running. Because I seen like this influx, running got cool. It was cool to go running, and that's great because running's good for you. But it was all that I'm seeing all these people just, again, external. You're doing this so you can go out and spend 500 quid on UVU and the big pink fancy Nike trainers to go and be the part and go and get your Instagram post in the morning. You'll quit. And it's not about me saying that I'm going to see this through more than you. Just saying the next thing that when you get bored, you're not going to that run club. When those shoes aren't cool anymore, when you're chucking it, and you see this decline all the time. But it's not about, I wanted to get good at running because I want to be better and I want to be fitter, and it's what I want to install myself for the rest of my life. Can I just start it because you want to be, part of me is also a bit like, I want to run because bodybuilders, they say bodybuilders shouldn't run, and I'm a fucking prick sometimes. I just like to prove a point. So I can run a 5k in like 22 minutes now, and is it good? Does it ring me? If I spent more time, I'd do it well better. But I like that I was at this point where I neglected it, and now I'm fit, and I'm probably the best shape of my life, and I'm still over 100 kilo, and folk might go, oh, you shouldn't be doing that. But for me to learn that, it was all like, just strip it back. You keep turning up every day. You don't need to look at your time. You don't need to care about anything else. It's just about, I could probably use that as a distraction. Oh, they're doing this, they're doing that. His time's in that. I don't care. Like, I'm just going to get good at this because when I first done it, I didn't enjoy it. And it was shit. And now I run, and it's like meditating. It's just nice. And I just go my flow, and I don't care if 10 people shoot past me. I'm just a big daft lump who's getting a wee bit quicker every time. So the distractions came. But I think I just get better at dealing with them. I think that's what you need to keep doing, and that comes from just going through that process.
You're absolutely right. And like you just said, people will excuse/distract themselves from doing it because, oh, this affects this. I shouldn't do this. It's not 100% true, is it? Know what I mean? You kind of proof in the pudding with you, mate. And again, if people do want to do it, and this is a big part of why I think the January drop-off thing is so relevant, mate. And I think this is relevant for all aspects of fitness and life in general now, is the trend of it.
Yep.
The running trend, the January changing, make my new goals trend, the bodybuilding trend, whatever it may be, people...
Do you think old school bodybuilding's making a comeback now? I think that's going to be
It's getting there.
I think that's going to be the new trend, and I think, mate, it was all like your reps have to be inch perfect.
Aye.
And then folk are like, oh, like a wee couple of cheap reps and stuff like that, and I'm like,
Mate, I've seen a lot more of this recently. I've seen a lot more of this.
Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it might not
I know
come in, but I'm saying, oh no, this
right.
still works. You can do it that way. It's fun. You can
Aye.
force an extra couple of reps out. So I think that might be the thing. And then some study will come out and folk will go like, oh, by the way, I've changed my mind.
People just love to reinvent the wheel, mate.
Yep, that's fine.
I know, yeah, 100%.
But it's the whole, whatever the trend is, stick to it long term. That's what's going to, whether you do a couple of cheap reps or you've got the best form in the world, doesn't matter. It's the guy that does it for the next 5 years going to be miles ahead of you.
Aye.
And you can always get things better.
Aye.
I mean, it's they just like, again, that could be another distraction, but you're going, it's a long game.
Aye.
I think we've decided that as well. Like,
Yep.
You got to 20 odd stone, like, that didn't happen overnight.
No.
So let's not be silly to think that it's going to drop off you in 8 weeks.
No.
You fucked about with your lifestyle for years on end. Your mindset, your relationship with yourself, like, it was poor for a long time.
Oh,
so do you think all of a sudden, because I've signed up with a coach and that's me, it's a great step. We said that, but you've also got to prove that that's you now, and that just doesn't happen. Like,
no, it doesn't, mate. And that's hard for people to accept, mate. That's the harsh reality, and it's something, I know I keep saying this, we've spoke about this before, it's I've got it, because that's what we are now, that's the way we live.
Yep.
We want our McDonald's sitting on the couch, but can't be bought driving, just eat. You want something for the show, boom, you do it that way. Like, ordering stuff online, it's there the next day. You don't need to wait and plan to go to the show, blah, 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 whatever it may be. And people think that goes for everything, but it doesn't. It doesn't. Something I accepted straight away with you, mate, on, I think, maybe the first phone call we had, we were like, this has got to take a while. Do you want to do this? What way do you want to approach this? Whereas I needed so much help, mate. It couldn't have been at a better time that I started training with you, because I was training. I was probably I was on the motorway, mate, heading for the brick wall, because I was training 6 days a week, mate. I was training 6 days a week. I was eating about a kilo of chicken a day. I was doing everything at like 100 mile an hour, because that's what I thought was the best way. Just go for it, man. Obviously, you came in, helped, educated me, gave me pointers, and explained to me this is going to take a while. But hearing it for somebody that I respected and hearing it for somebody that I looked up to resonated with me, mate. And I was like, right, this is going to take time. And it's still, to right now, people still say to me, people I've not seen in a while, whatever, like, you've done brilliant. And it feels great, mate. I love hearing that. I genuinely do. And I really, really appreciate it. But I'm far from done. I've still got, and see in my head, I really mean this, Tony, in my head, I don't want to say I was the same as what I was, maybe a few stone down or whatever, but the goal's the same. The goal's the exact same thing, mate. I'm still planning to lose more weight. I'm still planning to build more muscle. I still know I've got years and years, hopefully years and years ahead of training there for me, mate. So I just don't get tied up in the time period stuff anymore, because see if I do, it's overwhelming for me and it distracts me. Yeah. I would like to think I work best under pressure in short periods. I don't know if you can relate to that in a sense. See if I know I've got it on me for all this time, and maybe I do. Maybe there is an element of that. Maybe there is still guaranteed there's still people that probably think I'm going to make an arse of it at some point for past experience, and I can understand why, even though it's been a few years. And people will always be there to doubt you. Whatever. I don't know if this is just a mindset. I think to push myself forward, but I really don't care about other people's opinions with stuff too much, mate. But I can remember trying stuff in the past and people being like, within the first few days of me trying it, there's no point in doing that. You're going to chuck it. Even with training, mate, I remember when I started training, there was like 2 or 3 of my pals that were like, there's no point in you going for a coach. Like, just start walking or something. Like, just don't bother, kind of thing. Yeah. And I don't have any hate or disagree or anything like that, because I can see why they would say that. I'm not like that as a person, mate. I don't really, as much as they're not beating me down by saying it because they know I can take it, I wouldn't say that to somebody. But it's not about the time that it's got to take. It's not about that. It's not about how hard it's going to be and whatever else. It's about how much you want to do it. How much you're willing to actually give to it and accept. Like, that's got to take a long time here.
I think a big part of it, and I've said that to you before, like, work on your word.
Aye.
Like, it's that, you can maybe say that it might be an insecurity of mine, but if, to me, self-discipline and holding yourself high comes from having something in front of you and being able to see past it. And I look at that in everything in life. Training, relationships, whatever it may be. If you've got a temptation in front of you and you can see past it and know that neglecting it, putting it aside for the thing further down the line, which is greater, that's self-discipline. That's what it is in my eyes. And I would go as far as saying, I don't trust any man that doesn't practice self-discipline. And you might say, oh, well, that's an insecurity, that's what it is. But I don't, because I've seen you let yourself down time and time again. You can't keep your own word. So why would I be so naive to think that you would let me down and not feel bad about it?
Aye.
And that might seem pessimistic, but you let yourself down at every opportunity.
Aye.
So you really think you can turn up for me? I'm not going to trust you.
Aye.
Like, and that's similar to where you are. Like, it might have been your friends who's saying that to you. Well, for every other opportunity you've had, you fucked it. You messed it up.
Aye.
So why would we trust that this time's going to be right?
Aye.
But that's when I always say, work on your word.
Yep.
Work on your word with yourself.
Aye.
So see, right now, you water that down and you start and you just learn that relationship with yourself, just to maybe go a wee walk every morning, or just start that gym session. And that's what it takes. That's what it takes to build. And right now, there's not many. I can openly say that I trust you. When I first started working with you, no, I didn't.
Of course.
Why would I?
I know.
Because you've nothing to say, and that's not me. That might sound harsh, but it's true.
It is.
Maybe it came from how I've been in the past, but you have to have that level, that standard with it. And I think that's what you're working towards now, and that's the biggest thing that you don't want to let go, because you've went through you've got past the 8 weeks, you've got past the slumps, you've now developed this full new character, and that's what's kind of long term going to be the thing, and that's the bit that's probably the hardest bit all, because you know now going back the way is just not an option. But there's this wee bit in between where you're kind of shedding your skin and you're going, I'm a fucking new man here. Like, and I don't need all those people that are unreliable. I mean, I can rely on myself. That's what you got to do. That's the way I want to be, because people rely on you. I think that's such an important thing to do, and that's an important reason that's your why. Because eventually you're going to have a family, you're going to have this, you're going to have yourself, you've got to have that relationship with yourself. We spoke about that before, the man in the glass. Like, you're in charge of this. Like, you have to have people that are looking and go, do you know what? See, Tommy's done fucking brilliant. Like, I could rely on him. Vice versa. Like, are we human? Will we make mistakes? Fucking 100%. But I can't speak for women, but as a man, I think that's a very nice asset to have, that you're reliable, trustworthy. You know that you're not going to let people down. I think that's huge for just development.
That's something I find really hard, mate, is when I do let people down, and it's never... And I see it different to other people. I don't do it often anymore. So, like, for instance, it was actually my missus that said this to me. She's like, sometimes you overcompensate what it is you're trying to do because you think, I don't know, it might impress her or whatever it may be, but you don't need to. You just need to do what you can do. You just need to, if it's 4 or 5 things and you can't get round to them, just say you can do 2 or 3. Don't say you can do 4 or 5, because then they end up left, and then you need to do them another day, or somebody else needs to.
Shit job of all of them instead of doing one.
Aye.
Do a few
exactly.
well instead of doing 4 or 5.
Aye, mate. And that is something that I'm trying to get better at the now. That's something that I'm trying to adhere to more, is no learning to say no. That's not really what it is. Just try to get better with my word.
So that's the next bit we obviously want to talk about, is kind of your underlying reasons of your why. Like, I see that as well. That sometimes you just need to accept it where you're at.
Yep.
Like, I think of us like we're just 2 scuddies doing a podcast now. Like, think it a little bit like doing an apprenticeship.
Aye.
You go through that process, you're bottom of the barrel.
Yep.
Like, you need to build your way up for the top. I don't know many guys that I know that work in trades or do these things, or even if you're starting out as a gym instructor or something like that, you're taking classes, you're mopping up fucking people's sweat, whatever it is, you're an apprentice.
Yes.
You're new to your graft. Very similar to somebody starting the gym. Sometimes you just need to accept that you are an apprentice. You don't know enough yet. You've not got a good enough relationship with yourself to be pressed the way you want to be. By all means, set those goals and reach for them. But just take that wee second and go, right, I've just started this. So let's not think that it's just going to all click and I'm going to be able to perform the way of him or him or him. Or you're on your Instagram and you're going, I can't believe he looks like that. I think a big part of it is we all look at the things that, like, you compare yourself to guys that have trained for 10, 15 years and you've done the job for 4 weeks. So let's not do that. If you want to start your year well, stop comparing yourself to the guy that's got 15 years on top of you, because you'll have some amazing attributes as well, but that person's miles ahead of you. So just all you need to do is make sure you're pressing forward. So I think, what's your why? Because I know that sounds all cliche. Oh, what's your why? But what's the reason why you didn't start this January?
This one here?
Or just any, what's the reason why you don't stop? Because I think that is what it's going to be long term.
Aye.
Because it's easy to go like, oh, bored.
My reason that I never stopped this year is different to my reason that I never stopped last year, but it's full circle almost, mate, because it's I never want to be what I once was, mate. I want to be able to look back and go, this sounds crazy. I want to be able to look back and go, that was a fucking disaster, because it was. But that just shows how far I've kind of gone to get me. Do you know what I mean? Because right now I do that. I look back at it like, what in the fuck were you up to? Why are you wearing boxers with a joint in your mouth at 4 in the day? That's, do you know what I mean? I want to look back and think of that, mate, and think, fuck me, man. But, like, a few things, mate. There's people in my life that I love so much, mate, and I don't want to let them down.
Yep.
Even though they wouldn't be let down.
Do you think you would now, seeing how you are now,
if I went back to the way I was?
Or just started to regress?
Aye. Because every day I'm getting, I don't even feel fine with saying it, every day I'm getting better. Every day I know for a fact I'm taking a step forward in almost every aspect of my life. Granted, there's got to be days that suck. And not necessarily a step back. Maybe it's just put on hold. Maybe it's just like, kind of stuck in the same place here. I need to figure out a way to get past it. But I'll figure it out. I make sure I do, because I prioritise it. I think I just want to be the best guy I can be, mate, for my family, for myself. I'm trying to be a coach for my clients. Do you know what I mean? For all this stuff, mate, I just want to be the best me. Because for me, I've already been at the worst I can possibly be, mate. Like, there's stuff that, obviously we get a laugh and a carry on. Mate, that was a dark time in my life. That was bad. That sucked. It wasn't fun, mate.
We spoke about this and we'll talk. You were at the very, very bottom.
Aye.
Whereas not a lot of people have been there. So
Yep.
one, that's quite comforting knowing that you can still pull yourself back.
Aye.
Like we said before, look, you were the guy that had to get a different belt when you went on an aeroplane.
Literally.
And that's no me saying, oh my God, look at you, but that's the kind of level that you've clawed back from.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, everybody's journeys are their own, but if Tommy can, listen to him. Genuinely listen to him. If you are in a position similar to Tommy, I couldn't think of anybody else better to coach you because it's personal. And that's what, I know you started coaching. I think just you are such a good fit for people that maybe are obese, maybe are that bit overweight. 1 in 3 people in Britain are obese now.
Crazy number, man.
So that's not just overweight, that's obese. That's people that will relate to you in some sort of way.
Aye.
At the point where I think nobody wants to feel like that, and it's not good for your health either.
No, it's no, mate.
Long term, we spoke about this before, like 35%, if your father or one of your parents is obese, I might get the numbers mixed up here, it's between 30 and 40% chance that your child will be obese.
Yep.
If both parents are obese, it's an 80 to 90% chance that your kids will be obese.
That's frightening, mate. That's
just
that's terrifying.
Yeah. But what more do you don't know any better?
Aye.
'Cause your parents aren't educated on the fact that this was them.
Aye.
So you went through the process of actually educating yourself, and now you go, oh my God, there's actually a better life to this.
Aye.
And you will have kids one day, and you'll teach them how not to be as well.
Aye.
No.
I know, you're so right, mate. And it's something that's like, it is so relevant to me. Like it is. In general, I like helping people, mate. I've always, I don't want to say get a kick off it because it's not even like that. Like it's not about me. It's kind of why I do good, mate. Because not that I've ever done pure bad, but I probably reflected a lot of negative stuff on my pals when I was doing really low. Maybe dragged them down a wee bit with me.
Yep.
In a way. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. Maybe I just see it in that light. My why now is just to be the best, mate, that I can be. And I'm alright with no being better than the next guy. I'm cool with that. It's no competition. I don't care, mate. See, as long as my family know I'm doing it and are proud of me, my missus knows I'm doing it and proud of me, you, my mates, you are my mate, but you know what I mean? Like, as long as people that are important to me in my life know that, I'm cool with that.
Good.
What's your why?
What's my why? Years ago, it was just aesthetics.
Yep.
And to the point where we spoke about this before, I appreciate when people give me compliments about my physique. I'm going to this might sound big-headed. I know I'm in good shape. 10, 12 years of busting your arse. Something good's going to come with that.
Aye.
We spoke again about this as well. I was talking to John Paul about it. Like, I don't take my top off and pose as much as I do anymore. I feel better about myself now. And that sounds funny coming from a bodybuilder. My relationship with myself is so much better now that I'm not flaunting it on Instagram. By all means, I still take my top off now and then, check physique.
Of course.
I'm a bodybuilder. But there's no this underlying desire for people to, oh my God, please give me the gratification that I need. We'll talk about this in the episodes after that, and it's more, everything you're doing now is for you as a man as you grow up. I'm lucky I found a job that I can help people the way you have, and that's why I think you should be doing the same. I've then got to look at how do you want to, like, all the wee things in between that is what makes me who I am. And I think that's where that is my why. That's why I get up every day. I want a family. I want to look after my missus to the best I possibly can, financially, physically. I feel like I'm the protector, I'm the provider. They are my whys every day, even down to my mother, all these things on top of that. Like, I'm a man now.
Yep.
So, like, you have to, like, I'm very harsh on myself, but I'm a bit like, tough love's good because you are a man. Like, sometimes I go at myself, champagne problems. You didn't want to go to the gym today. That's your biggest concern. Like, shut up. Get on with it. You say, like, I'm quite big on, like, nobody's come to save you. So it's like, my why is more my future self. And it's about having a better relationship with myself. I think, again, relating back to the not wanting to take my top off and not wanting to be like, I like walking about when I'm on holiday, relaxed. I like jumping about, having a good time. I also think, we spoke about this before, about Stephen stopping me in the street.
Aye.
And I didn't know Stephen, and saying how well I've done.
Yep.
How well you've done.
Uh-huh.
I think that's come from developing me as a person.
Aye.
Develop my coaching skills, developing my character. See, if you walked up to me and went, which I've had a million times, and again, I appreciate it. Big man, you're looking great.
Uh-huh.
Like, that's it, the conversation's done now.
Aye.
Like, I just go, oh, thanks very much, mate. And I leave, and that's it. And my why now is I don't want to just be that big daft guy who's in shape.
Aye.
I want to learn a language. I want to have enough about me. I want to be a provider. I want to have all these things going for me. So I've got all this list coming to me because ultimately one day my pecs are going to get saggy. I'm going to have wee titties.
Aye.
But I'll have my character then.
Aye.
And that's what I think long term bodybuilding's gave me, that the ability to see further down the line. And that's what I'm working on now. And I'll get there. I know I will. I always will. But it was more like detaching myself. Can I see about how much Instagram and all that's fucking people's heads up? And I'm like, it's not happening to me. It's not happening to my kids. It's not happening in my relationship. Like, I'm fighting fucking hard against that. Like,
Aye.
so there's this big why of be a good man. Like, not a nice guy. No, be a good man that people can rely on. People around you can rely on. And in some ways, you inspire folk to be like. And I think there's a lot of that missing as well right now. That. No, like, you have to, I do want to provide for folk. Everyone I surround myself with are the same, like, good people, strong people, and I want that for myself long term. So that's my long-winded why.
I like that, mate.
Good.
I like that.
Before we move on to the last section, you said you've got a surprise for me.
Yes. Any idea?
We'll find out. You're going to chuck, you're listening to this, you're about to chuck it. Why would you not?
Don't go back on your word. See what you told yourself on Boxing Day. See what you told yourself on New Year's Eve. See what you told yourself on the 2nd. Tell yourself that now. Look at yourself in the mirror and go, I want to get in shape for going on holiday. I want to lose weight so my missus is more impressed by me. I want to build more muscle to compete in a bodybuilding show. I want to get fitter, to go to High Rocks. See, whatever it may be, I want to learn how to run. Tell yourself that now. If you really want to do that, you won't chuck it. That's it. You'll find a way. You will find a solution to it. There is a solution to it, no matter how hard it is. No matter if you have 4 weans, 3 weans, you've not got time to get out of the house, you're working 2 jobs, whatever it may be, it's going to be hard. I don't doubt it. And I would absolutely clap my hands and cheer you on if that is the case. But you can find a way. You can work out for the house. You can do a run early in the morning. You can, whatever it may be, there is a way to do it. So just ask yourself that question again. Is it still relevant? Do you really want to do that? If you do want to do that, you won't chuck it. If you don't want to do that, that sucks a wee bit. I'm sure there's another reason. Because inevitably you made the choice that you wanted to change. So if it's no for that, if it's no for whatever it is you made up, because you maybe you made that up again to distract yourself from what it really is. Maybe it is deeper than that. Maybe it is an insecurity. There's no better time than to tell yourself that than now. Because as time goes on, that only gets worse. So just tell yourself, listen, I want to do this. For me, it was I want to do this because I'm a piece of shit. I am a piece of shit. A fat, joint smoking, hula hoop eating piece of shit. That is what I am. And I need to change my life. And there's no sugarcoating it anymore. There's no...
You got enough sugar?
You know, fuck, man. There was plenty of that, mate. It had to be, I want to do this. For me, for my family, for my missus, for my wains, whatever it may be. Tell yourself that the new and go and do it. It's got to suck. It's not got to be fun. There's got to be days that you definitely don't want to do it, but they're the most important. And in the end, you probably got to come back and listen to this and go, you know, you were right, Tommy. Well done. Fat wee bastard. No, good done. Aye, it's...
I want to jump down and do it on a press ups right now, man. That's fucking brilliant.
Aye, that's what I would tell them, mate. That's what I would say, genuinely.
I think that's a... Come through with your word long after the mood what you said it was passed.
Yep.
Look, it's all easy well to say it in January. Say it again. Talk to yourself again. Put that word out again. See if it means it again. You'll get that wee second wind. And it's important to know everything takes a dip. You get this, everything will start rising, then you'll see things going down, and that's where the magic is.
Yep.
I'm a believer in that. Everything, before something good happens, you'll get this wee bit of pressure. Do you really want this? And then if you don't, you'll stop and you'll never get it. But if you say yes and you crack on, it's going to happen. Like, I believe that. Like, before anything good, there's this element of doubt. I spoke about that before.
Mate, I was going to say that. You told me that a long time ago. You told me that really early on, and that's always stuck with me. And we still say it. There's still things that come up, and whatever it may be. And I always go back to reevaluating it, because that is something that I genuinely took for you, mate. Like, it's so relevant to me now.
Everything.
Aye.
Like, you all get this. Do you really want this? Like, it's going to get all godlike with you. Like, you ask for patience, you get chaos first.
Yep.
Like, you want to be good at so you want discipline, and there's going to be pressure before that.
Yes.
Like, it doesn't just be like, I want all these amazing attributes, give me them. Like, these are things that make you, everything we spoke about in here, a better person, a better man. I think they're just given to you. I think you're given a good look, like a good body, a healthy body.
Yep.
Like, it's that upward climb.
Aye.
Like, you were, see for you to slide down that hill and you were at the bottom, but time to climb it again. Like, that's what I would say. Just go for it.
Aye.
Give yourself a year. Just see it out. We've said that about this podcast. A year.
Aye.
What's that? How many episodes? That's a lot. A lot of shite getting spoke. But we'll get better as we go.
That's it, mate.
Right now, 2 dicks. 2 dicks that are now sponsored. TNT 10.
Oh, brilliant, man.
But anyway, I think that's good wee things to go over. Shall we do our letters first? Do you want to hit me with something good first? Or?
No, I've got something for you, mate. So, just quickly before I get it, in the Taylor episode, again, thanks to everybody that's watched it and shared all the stuff, liked all the stuff, mate. We really appreciate it. I think we also forgot to say, like, subscribe. I didn't know that you can subscribe on Spotify now, or follow on Spotify. We would appreciate that. That would be lovely. Anyway, I done a quick fire with Taylor. Now, you probably already know where I'm going with this just for saying this. And it was really fun. And I really liked it. And a few people have said you should continue that on. So, I have a quick fire for you, Tony.
Fucking give us it then.
So, are you ready?
Just throw them at me.
All right. High rocks versus powerlifting.
High rocks.
Okay. Movies versus series. It's hard to say that, right?
Movies.
Okay. Pit stop versus My Protein.
Pit stop. Fucking dafty.
Gymshark versus Vanquish.
Gymshark.
Excellent. Cardigan versus Crewneck.
Cardigan. I'm an old man.
Larson versus Kyogo.
Larson.
Good. Ange versus Brendan.
Brendan.
Hammer Strength versus Watson.
Hammer Strength.
Nando's versus Pepe's.
Nando's.
Missionary versus Reverse Cowgirl.
Missionary.
You said that fast. Socks on having sex or socks off having sex?
Socks off.
Running or walking?
Walking.
Dogs or humans?
Dogs.
Burgers or pastas?
Pasta.
Chippy or a kebab?
Oh, chippy.
Anavar or D-ball?
Both.
Dorian or Haney?
Dorian.
Wesley or Ramon?
Ramon.
Public gym or private?
Private.
TNT or the Joe Rogan Experience?
TNT.
Brilliant. That's you, mate. Congratulations. You done really well with them.
Thanks for that.
You're welcome. So, missionary?
Nah, I'm a missionary, man.
Are
A
you
missionary, man.
Fucking brilliant, man. That's excellent.
Oh, do you know why I just actually said that? Do you know what? I'll go into this. I'll go into the story. First of all,
okay.
missionary. Aye, why not? You see my missus? She's a fucking cracker. You don't have enough face in the wallet. I've fell out there. Do I do reverse cowgirl? Absolutely. But I prefer missionary. Missionary Moran. I don't know how that story came about.
Right, okay.
That's a nickname I gave myself. Which, weird experience. So, I first started seeing Molly. Like,
crazy open up like that. Right, anyway, continue.
call me a weirdo if you want, but I'm quite big on, see if you're a man, you buy your missus underwear.
Okay.
So, we were obviously long distance. I was, used to meet in Manchester, or I would meet all over the world, pretty much. I text her one time saying, what's your sizes? Go up to the fort and buy a set. So I went up to Ann Summers. I know I'm a classy guy. I don't know if you've seen the staff in Ann Summers, but it doesn't go by what hires you got at school. It's how freaky you are. Like, they are fire-breathing fucking dominatrix. So I've walked in. I'm just quite the thing myself. To, like,
Cardigan on.
every time you go in as well, it's just you in the shop. Nobody else comes in. Two of them are like that. Fucking earns and all that. I'm like, they look like they're up for renting. Can we help you out? No, I'm just trying to pick up sizes. Like, I've been here before. Like, I know what I'm in for. I'm here. So they know I'm comfortable in this situation. I'm not going to fuck about. So I'm looking about picking up sizes for her, blah, blah, blah. Next minute I hear, oh, have you heard of the new toys that are in?
Right.
She's like, no, I've no, they're in the back. And I don't know why, but I've just turned around and went, what toys? And they were like, they both of them just looked at each other like, he's a freak like us. I'm like, oh, fuck, why did I say that? So they're like, do you want to see them? I went, aye, I do. So I've just walked over. She's ran in the back. The other one's all excited, standing at the till. And then I'm like, what am I getting in for here? Missionary Moran. I'm in with these freaks. So I've, two of them have ran out. And I went, I'm getting right into it at this point. Like, I think at one point I had my eyes shut. I'm surprised. I'm sitting here. I'm like that. Next minute, the two of them are looking at me like, oh, what's this fucking guy all about? So anyway, like, she's like, you ready for this? I went, I am fucking ready for it. Give us it. She's pulled out this big, massive dildo with a big suction cup at the end of it. So she smacked it on the edge of the till. Mate, I'm talking, you'd have took the till with you if you were to pull this thing off. Like the cash register's coming with it.
Right, okay.
I'm like, that's fucking exceptional, man. I'm like, she's like, what'd you call it again? It was like Gerald or something. She gave it a name.
She gave it a name?
She gave it a name. I'm like, so I'm like, fuck, this is fucking amazing. So I've got the phone out and I'm videoing it. And she's like, she's pulled out a remote. Things fucking started dancing like a fucking, see, like one of these, like one of these Santas things. I'm like, this is fucking brilliant, man. I was just about to buy it. No, I wasn't going to buy it. I'm only kidding on. But I've got the phone out. I'm like, oh, that's great. She's sitting there. I've got my back to the entrance and I've turned round and this couple have just walked in, like holding hands. But as I've done that, I've like kind of moved away and just smiled, and you've got this big fucking dildo dancing on the side of the counter. And I went, fuck. So the two of them just turned round, walked out, and I went, that's fucking amazing. I'll put the video at the end of this reel. But so that was me. First experience with big dildos. And I went, but I could.
Mate, you're a fucking dick, man. Oh,
I was proud as punch after that day, mate. I'd done all my steps up at the fort. I had my big bag, and Summer's bag, just walking up and down. Like, this is fucking great. So I made that point every time. I just got up to Ann Summers, seen them all. I've got a loyalty card.
TNT 10 for a discount. Oh, mate, that's fucking... I wonder if the couple seen you, man. They were probably looking at the bag thinking, you big fucking freak, man. Oh, that's crazy, mate. That's mental. Fair fucking play.
Again, uncomfortable situations. Sometimes you just got to bend them.
Aye.
I thrived in that with that opportunity. They are now my friends.
Oh, fuck me, man. That's mental. That's fucking neighbour. You fucking nicknamed yourself Missionary Moran.
I'm looking at that. I kiss my missus in the forehead before I go to bed. I've got these two fucking Kama Sutra loving freaks. I'm all excited. I'm like a wee guy, honestly. I'm jumping up and down. But anyway, that's how fucked up I am when I'm walking about the fort, my Todd. Like,
that's fucking mental,
if
mate.
you see me, stay clear.
Aye. No, I don't turn and walk out, turn and fucking leg it, man. Oh, that's fucking mental, mate. Fair fucks, man. That's good going.
So we know what Molly got for Christmas this year. Big dildo.
Oh.
Nah, I'm only kidding.
Oh, that's fucking brilliant, mate. So it is.
That's
I've
why,
never
that's
heard
where,
that before.
that's where Missionary Man came about.
Missionary Moran. I'm going to change your fucking name to that on my phone, mate. Oh, that was mental. Crackpot. Questions?
Questions, let's move on. No, you can't open your own.
Oh,
yet,
no, I
swap
know.
them.
I do that every time, mate.
Fucking
Sorry.
dickhead.
You first?
Aye, let's wrap this up. I'll get this done. What is the worst experience you had working in hospitality?
That could go for anything. Just rude people or something mental. Or hopefully nobody walked in with Gerald and stuck that to the fucking table.
No. That's what I used to use to last orders. Everyone go out.
Who would you realistically like to get on the podcast in 2025? And who's a long shot that you would like to interview? Nice. Love that, mate. Love that. The two lassies for Summers. No, I'm kidding. Nah, that's aye. That will be a very good question to answer, mate.
On that note, wrap it up.
Aye.
Like I say, we thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our listeners.
Yep.
Thank you to the two up at Ann Summers. Give us a laugh this time. Again, huge appreciation for everybody that listens,
Aye.
gets on board. We're enjoying doing this now, do you know what I mean? It's a good laugh.
Aye.
Hope that's happening as well. You're enjoying it, but most of all, you're taking what you can from it.
Yep.
Don't know if you want to add into that, Tommy boy. We're going to get out of here.
Not much, mate. But if you are not part of the January slump and you're coming into February and you're slacking on your supplements, get over to Pit Stop, TNT 10. Like, share, subscribe, the full whack. And that's us, mate.
Get
up.
Hey.